The topic is Unique Concepts of Tennessee. The guest is Miss Evelyn Gordon. Ms. Gordon, before we end the show for today, let's give you an opportunity to talk about the whole procurement process. And I think you mentioned earlier the recovery ministry that you have, because I think that there's a real problem in terms of incarceration of individuals who come out without an opportunity to find employment. And so we've done a number of television shows on that. And so let's talk about those two as major issues during this last
A couple of things Unique Concepts has on the planning table. And I think it's wonderful, since we've been involved in this small business exposure process, that we've had people calling us up, having concerns in their organizations and having us to come on board to show them ways and how they can get their campaign out there. The Women's Resource Center comes to mind. Here is a center who is there especially for women in business. I mean, vast amount of resources. It's a networking, camaraderie, exposure type of service that position women in business with any type of information that you need, from funding, business plans, professional development, training classes, whatever you need. The Hands of God's Recovery Ministries is another source. Now, they have an interesting business in that they go through transitional processes in which people who have been incarcerated that are back out into the community, it's all part of us. I mean, we're all part of this big campaign. What I thought was so unique about them, they have halfway houses, they've got training programs that are set up. They do a lot of networking in conjunction with OIC. What they do, they bring people out, they train them. The problems that they're having is having to get the people out into the community and have them get hired. So what we're doing, we're putting together a full-blown campaign to educate the business market that these people they've done their time, they've been rehabilitated, now they're ready to get back into society. And we want the partnership of the businesses in the community to be a part of this. And that means that we've got to educate them. We've got to make them aware of that this is a good thing, this is not a bad thing. They're not going to steal your money. They're not going to steal your car. They just want to be responsible men and women back into society. And they can't be that if we don't give them a leg up. Then you've got Mending Hearts, which I'm a chair of. I just got nominated 2 weeks ago. Here is a transitional facility for women. Women coming out of the prison system who just need a leg up. They're going through a transitional process. They've got programs in place to give them self-esteem and to build up their empowerment toward getting back into the mainstream of society. But they got to have help. I mean, we're looking at funding, more houses. We need people helping us funding the facility in terms of things they need, groceries, sanitary products. We're putting on a campaign to expose them as well. And what I decided my concept would be, since this is a man and woman entity, is to position them together. And I think because you've got men and women, we don't know who's going to have a problem to happen in our family. We don't know who is going to come to us knocking on our door. I'm glad that we got resources there. I tell people all the time, we have got to show up and show out. We can no longer be silent about little things that happens in our society. We need to be a part of that. So these organizations, I mean, we're coming up with major campaign ideas. They're arming their boards with people, and I told them, don't put people on there that just want to say that they're part of a board, because we have that group. I'm not wishing hate on that group. Put people on there that's willing to go to work and that respects what you're doing and that is willing to stay up 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning to work out business plans, to work out development processes, because we need money. And we also need to position my company, Unique Concepts. I'm the one who's going to go out here doing all the talking, the advertising. I'm putting my company on the line. I believe in what we're doing. I know it's necessary. Support us. Make us strong. Keep us alive, because we're going to be the ones who's going to step up. We're going to show up and show out.
And of course, we've got about 5 minutes here, Ms. Gordon. What can people do in terms of becoming involved in what you're doing to receive some of the training and some of those other things that you're talking about?
You need to call Unique Concepts. My business number is 399-3962. We have a 24-hour response line. We need people to telephone us, giving us information, because there are a lot of resources. Since I've been involved with this program, I didn't know that there was a women's resource center, and I've been in the market for 13 years, and I consider myself very social. I didn't know that there was a Hands of God's Recovery Ministries. I didn't know that the mayor's office had a small business development program set up specifically. I didn't know that TSU, I knew that they had a small business program, but I didn't know to what length they would go to empower businesses with certain tools. I have a website, Unique Concepts, TN.com. We will always keep that website updated. It will have information in my newsletter. The Business Report Chronicle will have information, a business directory that we're setting up. We're holding hands. Anybody who's attending events, you're not just attending this event. Trust me, we're all going to work. We want to expose young businesses that are coming out there. We had 2 young businesses, Noret's Cakes and Variety Rental Car. Young brothers and sisters that have been empowered. They've been encouraged. They're now into the main street. They're attached to us as a team. We're joined at the hip because I want to monitor their development. I want to watch what they're doing. I want to make sure that they're doing it correctly so that they can go out and empower folk in their group. We had businesses from all over Nashville. Jay's Barbecue, a new business, just started last November. They're expanding into a warehouse. They are so big now that they need more space. Little C's on Douglas, restaurant, doing very well. Roots Resource Center. Run Fairs, bought the old Gold's Gym. He's going to set up a resource center specifically doing some of the things that I'm doing. We need to know where these people are. And it's not a whole lot of money involved. A lot of this is free. I give a lot of my time because I believe that the small business market, we need help. We need to be empowered that if you see people out here that are doing some things, show up. Because when a lot of people, we had about 75 people in attendance. We should have had 200, we should have packed that place. But I know we got to start from somewhere. And I'm walking around, I'm talking. I appreciate you having me on your show today because I want people to know that we exist. The buzzword is going to be Unique Concepts of Tennessee.
You know, Ms. Gordon, when we talk about Unique Concepts of Tennessee, I think that that raises a question in reference to small businesses. And why don't you say something over the last couple of minutes that we have here about small businesses in the sense that every business that started at one time had to start at what? A small business.
Exactly.
I mean, you don't just start as Ford Motor Company
That's
or whatever.
correct.
And
That's
it might have been a Ford Motor Company when Ford thought about it, but it really did not start as a large business. So speak to that and why that's important.
My concept has been developing since 1990. And what I did to enhance where I am now, I made venues. I mean, I went to the various programs. And all of us are not equipped to do that. I decided a little less than a year ago that I would do this full time. I had a job outside of this. This is now my real job. We want people to feel that if you got an idea and if you feel strong about it, you need to call us because we have what you need. We can tell you what it's going to take to stay up 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. We can tell you that you're going to have hurdles. Don't freak out because your printer's not working. Don't freak out because the printer didn't have your materials. You got places to go. Don't freak out because your web designer quit on you. We know all the hurdles. I think as you progress, now you can arm yourself because the only reason why any one of us will succeed beyond the small business is that we got to believe in what we're doing.
And there has to be, over this last minute, Ms. Gordon, and you'll agree, there has to be a desire.
Has to be a desire.
In order to be successful in whatever you do. And would that be one of the
I believe if you walk by faith and not by sight, you will never go wrong.
Very good. And of course, Ms. Gordon, let me thank you for coming by and giving us that excellent information today because I think it is important to think not only in terms of individual small businesses, but about how you can bring all of these businesses together. And I think that is essentially what this concept is, that is to bring persons who might be interested in small business with other persons who might be interested in small business, and to sort of lead the way through teaching and through learning. And we certainly want to thank you for coming by and for giving us that information. And of course, we would like to encourage our audience to tune in again next week for another informative edition of Cummings. Thank you and good morning.